welcome everybody. This is day one of your spiritual gifts unlocked. I am so excited to be here with you all. Come and say hello if you happen to be joining me live. It'll be super fun to have a few of you on live with me. So I'm Laura Chappell. I am a psychic medium and spiritual business coach. If you're new to me and this is the first time you've seen me or joined one of my experiences, let me know in the comments. Come and say hello. I'd love to welcome you into my space. So I'm just going to wait a few moments and see who jumps on live with me. If you have not registered for this event yet, make sure you register because there's going to be some really, really fun prizes, giveaways, all of that. Exclusive to those who've registered for the event. I'm getting lots of different messages. Oh, so fun to see you. Sue's here, Erica, Karen, Laura Lee, welcome, welcome. So fun to have you guys live with me. I am literally so excited to deliver this incredible experience with you. I have so much planned for us, but I'm also allowing Spirit to guide me with this too, because if any of you know me, which some of you know me quite well, a lot of downloads and ideas come through when I'm in the midst of like running these events and things like that as well. And sometimes it takes turns and things happen that come through that I never saw coming. So there's quite a lot of magic coming through. And I'm just so excited to share it all with you. Laura Flynn's here. Welcome. Kelly, Nikki, so good to see you. This is going to be so much fun. And if you're brand new to me, come and say hello. Let me know this is the first time you've seen me. So I've introduced myself at the start. I'm not going to do that again. But welcome if you're new. And for those that are joining me live as well, like I really appreciate you. Thank you so much for spending your time with me on a Monday. It's so fun to have you. And yeah, really appreciate all of you being here with me. It's so much more fun having you live. And some of my beautiful clients are here too. And the lovely Diane's here. Woohoo! Thank you so much for joining me. So what an incredible ride. I mean, I still cannot believe this. It's like, wow, you know, what has happened, where I'm at on this journey. It's like 5 years ago, I could never imagine in a million years delivering a training like this to you all, speaking to you live like this. And it just shows how much your life can really transform when you activate your spiritual gifts. This is what I'm all about. This is what we're here for. The beautiful Sophia's here. Yay, I got your name right. Woo, we did it. Now, Karin, I think it's Karin. I sometimes get the pronunciation wrong, guys. I'm so sorry. But so excited to have you all here. So this work is truly life-changing. I mean, I just cannot believe it was, 5 years ago that I was hiding these spiritual gifts. I was so afraid of being seen, being judged, terrified to own them, to put them out there in the world. And I finally had the courage to do it. It's like Spirit just would not stop giving me the nudges to do it. And even though I had the fear and I was so terrified and so scared, I came from being a psychologist. I trained for 10 years to be a counseling psychologist, spending all this time trying to gain credibility as a professional so that people would listen to me and I could help them. And I felt like my entire university studies, everything that got me through was like, one day I'm just going to be able to sit in the room and help someone. And this certificate is going to be the permission slip to allow me to do that. Little did I know that my life would take in a completely, entirely different direction. And so there's so much I'm going to share with you today on this, but I'm excited for you all. It's like whatever pathway we're on, it's like there is so much more available. And sometimes if we haven't found our purpose yet or we're unsure what it is, it's like so many of my clients are their lives are transformed and redirected onto an entirely new path after we activate their gifts. And so there's so much magic when it comes to working with Spirit and strengthening that connection and unlocking your gifts. I mean, this is what we're here for. I believe that this is what we came to Earth for. All of you here watching signed up for this. It's like you all have incredible gifts waiting to be unlocked. And a lot of people don't realize they have them. This is the fun part about my work and what I get to do is some people have an inkling, like some of my clients are aware because some of you maybe have experienced Spirit in your bedroom growing up at night. Maybe you've had incredible dreams, premonitions. You have had maybe difficult experiences in your life and you've become an empath, maybe because of your childhood experiences. You've been in the family home, absorbing and taking care of everybody and walking on eggshells around your family and taking on the emotions of others and trying to be the peacekeeper. And there's all these different experiences that we can have that kind of is there to support us, right? And so sometimes we have really challenging early experiences in life that propel us onto this path. Okay, so difficult relationship experiences, childhood dynamics, sometimes the greatest pain and suffering. But on the other side of that is this greatest growth and expansion. And what I truly believe is that the universe always gives us the experiences and the lessons needed for us to be able to bring forth the work we're here to bring to the world and to make an even bigger impact. Okay. And sometimes it looks like you're having the most difficult experiences and you're having this like breakdown, but it's trusting and knowing if you've had those experiences or it's happening to you now, it's like the biggest breakthroughs often are followed by that period of a breakdown, of things feeling like they're not working out, they don't make sense anymore. And this is kind of the experience that a lot of my clients have had along the way. And you start to wake up spiritually, whatever the experience has been through for you, you start to wake up, you start to question life more, you start to try to find answers in different ways and make sense of life. Why am I here? What is this all about? Sometimes it's a shedding of an old identity, of belief systems we've held, carried, that no longer serve us. In case we go through all of this experience so that we can really be propelled forward into our greatness, into the work that we're here to do in the world. And the universe is going to give you those experiences to help you to become the person, the version of you that is activating her gifts or his gifts, that is helping the planet in the most beautiful way. And so it's all for a reason and for a purpose. And so welcome, Rue, welcome. Norma's here, Bree's here. So great to see you guys. So, you know, when I was younger, I had a lot of suffering. I really did. And I had a lot of difficult experiences as a teenager in relationships. I often felt really on the outside. Let me know in the comments if you felt like this growing up. I literally felt like no one understood me or got me, and I felt like I was different to others. Let me know if this is you at some point in your journey. And I just feel very alone in my experience. And I started to wake up spiritually quite early and see the world in a different way, and particularly to my friends. And so when that was happening, I just came across as weird and crazy and woo-woo and had really different ideas. And I even went through an experience of going to a mental hospital because I had a breakdown, in a sense, as a teenager, where it was the result of feeling totally misunderstood for who I was and not having a safe space where I could be safe to be my full self. You know, I felt criticized, rejected by others, told you're too loud, you know, you talk too much, you're too woo-woo, you're too out there, you're delusional, whatever it is. It's like, this is what people used to say to me, some of my closest people, my closest friends. And so I literally thought there was something wrong with me for many years. And I look back now and I almost like want to cry when I think about that version of me that felt so alone, so misunderstood, who literally didn't want to be here anymore because no one understood and got her. And I was seeking treatment from psychiatrists and that, who tried to numb me and put me on medication because I was seeing and feeling and sensing things that nobody else could understand and make sense of. And I wish I had someone like me now back then. And I really wish I did, because you know what that did is took me on this incredible healing journey of realizing that I just need somebody to understand me, to try to understand me, to see the world from my perspective. I needed a safe space to just be authentically who I am and have people love and accept me for me, and not try to tell me I need to be different or change or that I was weird or crazy. And it took me some time to find those environments and those spaces. But I went on this journey and discovered more of myself. And thankfully, and I thank the universe for this, I found the most incredible healers, light workers, psychics, mediums along my journey, that finally somebody understood me. And at first it was psychologists and therapists where I could feel safe to be myself, but they didn't understand the psychic and the mediumship side. And so although I was healing and I was starting to become more loving and accepting of myself, and it was this beautiful thing, and I was becoming more of who I was, I still at that point of my healing journey felt like, but they still don't know this part about me. I'm so scared to tell them that I see spirit and I sense things and I see auras and I communicate with loved ones who've passed away. I was terrified. I cannot tell them. I can't reveal this. And I was a psychologist by then. I'd spent 10 years studying to be a psychologist, having the most incredible supervisors. And one of them, that the pieces of my journey that was pivotal, is a pivotal moment for me getting to where I am now, is that my biggest fear was that I would be rejected, that I would be criticized, I'd become an outcast, that the supervisors, the people I looked up to the most, would not accept me for who I am if they found out about my weird woo-woo side and that I have these, spiritual experiences. So I decided to take a big risk. I had this most beautiful supervisor who wasn't really into all the woo-woo stuff, but she was so loving and accepting that I decided one day, like, it was eating away at me. Like, I was literally eating away at me. I was, I had the best job. I was paid abundantly as a psychologist. I was helping people. I was incredible at what I did, but something something inside of me I was deeply unfulfilled. There was something more I was longing for. I couldn't fully be myself. And I realized if I still can't own all of who I am and be all of who I am, then I'm not going to be able to do the work that I'm meant to do. Something inside me was giving me the nudge, and this was spirit. You need to acknowledge this, you need to share this, you need to speak about it to people. And let me know if you can relate about this, if you've been at that point of so fearful to reveal it or to own it or speak about it with others. I know some of you have been there. And I pulled up the courage. I was to share this with this supervisor, and I said, there's something I need to share with you. And we had built such a beautiful relationship, and she'd really helped me in my journey. And I said, I've got something I really need to share with you, but I'm so scared that you're not going to want to talk to me again after you hear this. Because I had shared this with people before, and they said, Laura, never mention this again. You're going to discredit yourself. No clients are going to want to see you if you speak about this. This is what other people told me. This is what one of my supervisors told me. And I lived in fear of being my true, authentic self. It wasn't safe to be me. And you're going to see the importance of this story when I get to what we're teaching today and what I'm sharing with you. So there's this moment I said to her, you're not going to accept me. My anxiety was through the roof. Like, I thought I was going to pass out. I felt sick to my stomach, but it's like, you've got to say it. You've got to share it. And I told her, I said, I'm actually a psychic medium, and, I'm going to cry sharing this. And I see spirit, and I see loved ones, and I see pets, and they communicate with me. And when I'm in my sessions with my clients, I can see their loved ones, their parents are in the room with me, talking to me. And I said to her, this is why I'm so good at what I do, because I communicate with the loved ones on the other side. And I bring this through in the sessions without people knowing. And I was bawling. That's why I'm bawling now, because I'm taking me back to that moment. Like, I literally thought that this is it. I'm done. My career's over. She knows. It was like so scary, if any of you can relate, because I know that those of you unlocking your gifts can relate to this, the absolute fear and terror we have about being seen. So I shared it with her, and I was like, oh my gosh, she's just going to think I'm crazy now. Like, I'm going to lose my job now she knows. And she was so beautiful, and she just looked at me and she said, I think this is absolutely incredible, and this is such a beautiful gift, and you're just going to do incredible things in the world with this. And she truly meant it. And she just saw the best in me from day one, and she allowed me to feel safe to just be myself. And so from that moment, I just dropped all of my fear, and I was like, I'm done hiding. I'm done hiding, not being myself. I'm done fearing being rejected by other people and what they think of me, and trying to be this person that I think they want me to be. Like, I'm done, because I'm miserable inside. Like, I'm not fulfilled. I can never be truly happy. And so that moment, she accepted that in me, and I felt safe to just be like, this is who I am. It shifted something massive inside of me, and it propelled me on this journey. And I knew in that moment that I wasn't going to be staying being a psychologist at some point. I knew I had always been told you're going to incorporate psychology and spirituality on your journey, but I never had the next step or the answers as what it was going to be. And in that moment, I knew that everything was about to change. Now, the crazy thing is then my logic and my ego kicked in, and I'm like, oh my God, like, but I need this job. You've got a great job. You should stay in it. Like, and I kind of dropped that. And you know what? A few months later, something crazy happened. Some of you know this story. A few months later, something crazy happened. I was in the best job. I loved it, and I didn't see it coming. And my manager at the time, now what was interesting, the managers and the supervisors that supported me, that loved me for me, were sick that day. And this manager came in and made a decision that day, whilst the people that would have backed me and support me were off sick. And I wonder if it was intentional maybe, but he called me into his office and he said, Laura, I have to let you go. You don't have a job here anymore. We need to make funding cuts. You're the last one hired, and like we can't keep you on. And literally, like, the next day I was gone. And like, I was an incredible employee and staff member. Like, I still have the most beautiful relationships with the other people there. And I remember my supervisor, this one I talked about, was devastated. She was absent that day, because there's no way she would have allowed them to let me go. Now, that became an absolute blessing. I was devastated. I thought my life was over. My whole career was gone. But little did I know that that was all happening for me, that the universe was redirecting me into the path that I was meant to be on. And never in a million years would I have chosen this path and just done it, because I was so scared. I wasn't going to do it. I wasn't moving. Spirit were like, it's time. She needs to do this. And I'm like, no way. Like, I've got a cushy job here. Like, this is all good. Like, this is safe. But the universe fully redirected me. And, you know, I want you to all understand and realize that whatever's happening to you on your journey, if it feels like it's not working out, if you've had an experience of like that breakdown, it feels like there's no way forward, something's been taken away from you, like, what if we could just trust and surrender to the fact that this is all happening for my highest and greatest good, even if I can't see it now and I don't understand why. And that's how I live my life. Every negative experience, any painful journey, which I've had plenty of as a mother, as a partner, and been in a relationship, as friendships, family member, we have had a lot of significant things to navigate and are really painful experiences. And being rejected by my social circle at school and high school, you know, where I became excluded all of a sudden from my friendship circle throughout all of this time. You know, all of these, my gifts were being activated. Then all of a sudden I'm excluded from my friendship circle. There was a lot of dynamics in that. I had also met the love of my life, which is Gavin, at that time. And one of my friends, I think, was not a bit jealous about it potentially. So there was a few dynamics there. But I look back that it was all happening for me, being rejected, being hurt so deeply, being criticized for my gifts, having other people make fun of me. It was all strengthening me so that I could be where I am now. Because if I didn't have that resilience and strength to be able to cope with and move through people saying mean things about me because of my gifts, then I wouldn't be able to have the business I have today and helping the people I am now. Those experiences helped me to become more loving and accepting of myself, own more of who I truly am, right? And then anytime somebody criticizes and doesn't get it, or sends some mean message, which can happen on social media, I don't take it on. I'm able to move past it because I've been there, done that. I've had that happen. I've strengthened up my capacity to be able to hold more of that. And that has helped me tremendously on my journey, and it helps me to help my clients. So all of my clients here, the beautiful Leash and Diane, and so many of you who are on that journey, they're activating spiritual gifts, awakening them, and going through this. They're going through the same thing that I just talked about. Oh my gosh, but my friends and family don't know. And now I'm going to be showing up on social media talking about my gifts. Like, I'm so scared of being rejected and criticized. How am I able to help them move through that? Because of what I just described to you. I've lived it. And if I look back now, why was it so painful? Why was it so hard? Why did I have to go through that? To be able to help someone like the beautiful Leash right now, and Diane, there's quite a few of you guys on here, Rue, so many of you wonderful people who are discovering these gifts and growing businesses now and putting yourself out there. How am I able to help you? Mute just happened. So spirit and the universe gave me the exact lessons I needed to be able to guide and mentor others. And this is the same for you. Everything that you've been through, all the pain, all the feeling of rejection, not fitting in, not being enough, was, what if you saw it as strengthening you, preparing you for being a person that could own their gifts unapologetically, and to be able to show up with such a strong mission and vision despite, and not worry about the people don't get it, right? You've got to build up strength to be able to be seen by more people, to become more visible, and have people not get it and not like you, because that's going to happen. But if we spend all of our time and energy worrying about the people that don't get it, that aren't going to accept us, we lose our power, and we are not operating at our full potential and doing the work we're here to do. We've got to find the strength to rise above it. Okay, despite the people that don't get it, there are still people in my life and my world that probably that think I'm crazy. Look, I've had it recently. You're delusional, you're crazy, you've lost it. There are people that think that of me potentially. It's probably a lot of their own stuff as well, but I don't take it on now because I know who I am and I love who I am, and I know I'm a good person, and I know this is real for me. The impact of the work, the connecting with spirit, it's truly life-changing work, and it's the greatest gift of all. So my passion for helping my clients, the shifts that are happening for everyone around me that is doing this work, the purpose and mission I have is so big that, and I've strengthened that part of me that doesn't get thrown off the minute somebody says you're delusional, you're crazy, you should be in a psych ward, whatever they want to throw at me. This can happen. But now I don't care. It doesn't bother me. It's not going to throw me off my course. Okay, so those experiences might be here to help you so that when you're speaking to more people, you're more visible. Those things can just slide right off and you just keep going with the amazing work you're here to do. So, oh my goodness, let me know. I'm going to check the comments at the end as well. So what I found on the other side of this, and also my clients, the more I loved and accepted myself for who I was, the more I found spaces where I could be all of me, spiritual gifts and all, woo-woo, crazy, whatever. And I found spaces where I could be more of me. This is what unlocked my spiritual gifts even more. And this is what I help my clients with. We create this beautiful, safe container where you can just be all of you. And I teach you how to explore and activate all of these gifts. And when you feel safe to be yourself, and you're on that healing journey, and you're releasing the past, connecting to more of who you are, this is the foundation for you unlocking your gifts, is creating safety, having a space or people around you that you can fully trust, that have got you back, that love you unconditionally. That's the foundation of any of you unlocking your gifts. That's what I came to realize, because it was the foundation that I needed to unlock mine, is to have people fully love and accept me for who I am, woo-woo and all, right? And so I've come full circle on my journey, and now I get to help others to feel safe to be seen and to be safe to own their spiritual gifts, because the more that you do that, the more you are yourself, the more you activate your gifts, the more spirit support you and guide you, because now you're stepping into your power more, you're being more of who you are. They start to help you activate more gifts. They support you and your clients and the people around you more and more, because you're going for it, and you magnetize the people that are meant for you by you being authentically who you are. In fact, the more authentically you are, spiritual gifts and all, and the more you embrace that, the more and more of a magnet you become to clients, money, opportunities, wealth. And this is what I uncovered. This is what I realized. This has been the game changer for me. And I also decided I get paid to be spiritual, that all of these things that people criticized me for, being too loud, talking too much, being too sensitive, too emotional, being too woo-woo, too out there, having crazy thoughts and ideas, they were all indicators of my gift. And I now get paid abundantly for all of that. I literally get paid to talk to people. And my husband and I have had so many laughs about this over the years, because he's like, what do you actually do? And I'm just like, I just get paid to talk to people. He's like, that's it, right? And we just have this joke, because it's like, this was the thing written on my school reports. Laura talks too much. Laura is highly sensitive and emotional. Laura feels deeply for other people and is caught in everybody else's drama and all of their problems. It's like all of this stuff was happening, and I just was pulled to help everyone everywhere I was. Little did I know the things that people criticized me for would become my greatest gifts. And this is you as well. And how many more children and young people, and they're squashed and suppressed, and they don't feel safe to be themselves, or they're told they're crazy, or they need to be on medication. It's like, how many of these people are out there? Because I see it from an entirely new perspective and different perspective. Okay, it's that I come from a place of embracing and owning who we are. The more we do that, and the more safe we feel to be ourselves, the more we shine, the more our gifts open up, the more magic that comes through. Okay, so let me know how that's feeling for you all. So never in a million years did I think I would be doing what I am. And so this is the foundation of where people's gifts start to open up, through what I'm teaching you, through the environments that I create, the work that I do with my clients. We are unlocking all kinds of gifts. And many of you have these gifts. Some of you realize, and some of you don't. And some of you are yet to unlock them. And this is the magical thing about it, is that I now know without a shadow of a doubt that every single one of us have gifts. I can say that 100%. I will believe that till the day I die, because there's so much evidence of it. It's just my truth, and I see it every day in my work. And it's about identifying what are your unique gifts. And everybody has unique gifts and abilities. It's not the same for everybody. The way we receive information, the way we connect in and tune in, it's different. Everybody's different. And so this is why it's important to have spaces and opportunities to feel safe to explore what your gifts are and to open them up. And so the kinds of gifts, you know, some of you know the story about my dad as well. I'll share that briefly. So my dad was always open spiritually, but terrified and scared of unlocking this. And he used to share stories of knowing things, of having premonitions, of seeing spirit, of knowing things he couldn't possibly know. I had this my whole childhood. I was fascinated by it. I just was hooked. And if you're anything like me, if you're meant for this work, you're literally hooked on it. Anything to do with psychic, medium, spiritual gifts, TV shows, books, it's like you're obsessed. That was me my whole life and my whole childhood. And so it sparked this yearning and this interest to need to know more. And so when I was about 16, having the spiritual awakening, I got pulled to work in some circles to develop my gift. And I brought dad along with me, and he was very skeptical and fearful, but I knew intuitively he had gifts. I just knew. Some of you will know intuitively you do. You'll just have an inkling. And if you're pulled to this work, or you have that inkling, or you're interested, you've got gifts. And so we went and we started to practice and develop these gifts. And this is one thing I talk about a lot, is that we think that you're either born with a gift, you either have it or you don't. And this is absolutely not true. Yes, some people are born with a natural gift and ability, that they've always had it and it's in their family line. Yes, but everybody can develop. Everybody can develop gifts. And I've seen it time and time again. So dad came to these sessions, we developed together. He unlocked psychic mediumship abilities. So did I. Dad then continued and went on to unlock channeling, light language abilities, energy healing abilities. So many of my clients know why that microphone keeps going off. Tech issue. I don't know if it's tech or if it's spirit. I really don't know. I'm going to have to sort this one out at some point. So it truly is mind-blowing, the gifts that open up when you're in a group energy as well. This is the big thing that one of my clients messaged me today, and she's like, Laura, is there something about the group energy? I feel like when we're working as a group, the connection is so powerful. And I said, absolutely yes, because when it comes to activating your gifts, whether it's working with spirit, if we want to just talk about activating mediumship abilities, psychic connection, channeling, light language, all these incredible abilities, spirit are working with us to do it. So your guides on the other side are working with you, and my students know how powerful this is because we're being supported with this work. And I want to explain to you why the gifts open up in such a rapid way and the connection is so much stronger in groups. I want to explain that because you can try to do this work on your own, and you can probably start to open up a bit, but you just won't do it at the rate and pace that you'll do it if you're working with a group of people doing it. The reason is that spirit utilize the group energy. So when it comes to developing mediumship, for example, it's all about strengthening your power and embodying more power. Now we call it building the power in mediumship, which is bringing a lot more light energy into your body. And that comes with working with spiritual energy, meditating, the specific meditations that we do for this, sitting in meditation in the quiet spaces, working with the energy. Now what happens is spirit need to draw on your energy in order to come through and connect with you. Okay, so we are raising our vibration, they are dropping their vibration, but in order to have the strength of the connection, they have to draw on energy from us to make that connection. Let me know if that's making sense. And so when we're working as a group, spirit have more energy to draw on to start to come through. Is this making sense? And so the connection is then stronger for each of us. We can hold that connection for longer. Okay. And this is incredible when you're developing until you get to a point where you can hold that much power yourself. So when you can start to embody and hold more power within your own frequency, you don't need to be in a group in order to connect, if that makes sense. So as a medium, Carrie's here. Hi, Carrie. You can work to become a medium and unlock that in groups. And it's so powerful because of that, because you're utilizing the strength and the power of the group in order to connect and bring the information through. But as you keep growing your power and embodying more of that higher frequency and you have more energy in your system to draw on, you don't need the group energy. You can actually, then you can start to channel and you can start to do it on your own. And that's what platform mediums do. And this is what, when you see people doing readings on their own and all of that, because they've got enough power, they've built up their connection. But what I will say is every single one of those incredible mediums or psychics or people that you watch that have incredible channeling abilities, light language, I would say that every single one of them that I know of has done some sort of development in groups or with some sort of mentor to work to activate that. The ones that I know that have developed rapidly have sat in circles for many, many years. And so we know that if you want to really open up your gifts rapidly, the group energy is going to help you to do that with like-minded people who have the same intention, right? And you're doing specific practices and to really unlock that. So I hope that answers that question for you all. So yes, it's so much more powerful in groups. This is why I don't teach psychic development and activating spiritual gifts as a one-on-one offer, because it's way more powerful for my clients to be in groups doing it with me and the other students. This is where the power and the magic takes place. It's far more rapid than me doing it one-on-one with people sometimes. It's possible depending on the stage of development, but I much more prefer it. The results and the shifts are much more rapid in the group energy. So in order to unlock these gifts, the foundation that you need is finding spaces or people where you feel completely safe to be yourself and you feel you're able to release the fear. Because if you hold on to the fear, you don't feel safe, you're going to create resistance and you're going to block your foundation of finding those people, those spaces for you to grow. And also your inner work, healing work that you've been doing on your journey, you working through and processing anything emotional, anything difficult you've navigated, finding more peace, more love within yourself, that is going to help you massively with unlocking your gifts. because sometimes your gifts, they're hidden within you, sometimes beneath trauma, beneath painful memories and experiences. It's all within you. And so the more that you heal and work through some of the pain that you've been carrying, and the more we continue to do that, we find love, acceptance, forgiveness within ourselves, for ourselves and others. That's a high frequency, a high vibration. We become more of a clear channel. Okay. And all, as we're transmuting our own things and our own stuff, and we're able to heal from that, we are also learning how to help other people shift and heal it. And when you work as a psychic medium or a healer, you know exactly what to work through someone. You continue to work through so much of your own stuff that it's so easy to connect to and identify what it is that someone else is moving through, where they're holding themselves back, what needs to be healed and released, where their blocks are. You get really good at connecting in and tuning into this, not only because you develop your psychic abilities, your intuition, but it's a lot to do with the inner work. It's a lot to do with the own work you've done on yourself. So as I was describing to you about my journey and my healing journey, that's what began to unlock more of my gifts, is the continuous working on myself and my own stuff. And things still come up all the time because I'm human. And anytime I think I've worked through something, there's something else that pops up. But anytime I find more love and acceptance and forgiveness and I'm able to move through it, it's always interesting. I start to magnetize the clients that are also moving through that. And so that's what spirit will do. As you work through and heal something and shift something within yourself, you'll start to attract those people that also need help with that. You're now the embodiment of it. You've worked through it. You've shifted it within yourself. And so now you can help others. And so your greatest teacher and the greatest wisdom comes from your own lived experience with what you've moved through and healed yourself. This is the most incredible part, and you literally get paid abundantly for that wisdom and for the gifts you unlock along the way. This is the magic, is that you literally are living in a time, in a world where you can literally make more money than you ever thought possible owning these gifts. And you're going to see it time and time again, and more examples of this. There's never been a better time to own your gifts and share it with the world and be paid more money than you could ever imagine. You get to have that, and it's about getting better at receiving and asking for the money, the sale, opening up the invitation, believing you're worthy and deserving of receiving for your gifts. There's all these layers that I work through with my clients, and as we activate the gifts, work through the layers of healing, shift, release things within themselves that they're holding on to, we open up to receiving more. This is when the floodgates start to open, and we start to raise prices and start to charge the amounts that we want to charge, and we start to attract those people that are happy, willing to pay us, that love to pay us. So many of my clients are experiencing this right now, that they've gone from making no money with their gifts to being booked with readings, having people paying them. I've got other clients going from 5k months to 20k months now. It's crazy. Or 12k cash months to 12k days. It's all this combination of this work, and it's unbelievable. So all of these stories that people say that, you can't make money using your spiritual gifts, like, it's all a lie. It's not true. There's never been a better time for you to be paid abundantly for your gifts and to be of greater service in the world. And so this is what this is all about, is really helping you to really connect to and unlock your own unique gifts and actually utilize that to help others and create global change in the world, create this ripple effect of healing. And those that have done mediumship with me and spiritual work, you can provide healing in a way that just no other healing modality can do. When you can connect to loved ones in spirit, provide specific guidance and messages, evidence that they're with them, be able to bring through and share things there's no way that they could possibly know. It is absolutely magical. And those that have felt that have been in that, just know that once you experience this, you're hooked, and it's the best thing in the world. So you'll see in this group too, there's quite a few of my clients have been showcasing their journey of unlocking their gifts and what it's been for them, because I also want you to see that it's not a scary, terrifying thing that you've been programmed to believe that it is. And look at the fear that I had, that I mentioned. And then on the other side of that fear, it's like your fear about what will happen is so much worse than what actually happens. To me, more often, my fear around what would happen if I owned my gifts and told my supervisor was so much greater than what could have ever have happened. And it was, you know, the best thing in the world. It's like it freed me. I was finally free of my own fears, and I could just move forward on my path. So the fear is often way worse than what it actually is. And when you own it unapologetically and you release that fear and show up, you'll magnetize dream clients, people, friendships, relationships that get you. Because when you feel safe to be seen and you show more of yourself, then you can connect more deeply to others that are more aligned, that get it, that are drawn to you. So a lot of people are experiencing this now. You'll find your tribe, you'll find your people. And then I found all of you. Look at this group. We have like over 1,000 people in this group that are all open spiritually, that love all of this type of work. Never in a million years did I imagine there were that many people open to this type of work, open to spiritual gifts, that were actually talking about it. Hi, Brenda. So good to see you. The other thing about this is there are many leaders, there are many incredible coaches that you will follow and see and be in the presence of, who are very spiritually gifted, who do channel, who do bring through energy healing, all kinds of, who are connecting to angels, to spirit. There are people that do this that are not telling you that they do it, because I watch them and I can feel in their energy and I know it. Why aren't they talking about it? This is what I don't understand. And to me, I think it's about, you know, maybe not everybody's going to get it. They want to appeal to the masses more and like come across more gently and lightly and not lose people. But for me, I'm really all about just own it, just embrace it. Talk about where the information's coming from. Talk about the channeling and the downloads and the ideas and your gifts and your abilities. Normalize this. I want to normalize this so it's no big deal, so we can stop being afraid to reveal ourselves. And so you'll see me, I normalize it, I talk about it, I own it. I don't care what people say about it. I really don't, because I've got to a place where it's like I'm so passionate. This work is so incredible and so life-changing that if they say something mean, it's because they don't get it and understand it. And that's completely okay. That's their journey. And it's not for everybody. And I'm completely okay with that. Is that my work, activating spiritual gifts, mediumship, psychic abilities, channeling, light language, pet communication, animal communication, like we do all these things. And it's not for everybody. Not everybody's meant to do it. Only if you're drawn to it is it meant to you. If it's not part of your journey, and maybe it will be one day, who knows. So again, it's that we're not going to be for everybody, but when you shine and you own your gifts and more people see it, you'll magnetize the people that love it and get it. And the perfect example of this is also my dad. So he had all these gifts that he was activating, spiritual gifts, energy healing, light language, channeling, and he had not found the right people to do it in front of. He did not feel he had safe spaces where people got it. And so he hid his gifts and he didn't share them with others. And I started to activate and awaken mine. And I just felt within myself, it's like, he's doing such a disservice to others by hiding this. And so I brought him in, and you guys have seen him. He's in the spiritual activation membership. He shares his gifts. He does channeling. He helps others in there. I send him clients and people he does energy healing on and all sorts of things. And people absolutely love it. And more people keep getting magnetized and coming into our world and into our membership and all these things. And so what I love about this is I've shown him, actually, the more that you own this, the more you're going to attract people who get it. And we literally have the most beautiful, incredible souls in our world, in our community, in our friendships now. And my closest friends know this about my dad. They know about his gifts and they absolutely love it. And often they're booking in to see him. So, you know, you can, the more you become in alignment with who you truly are, the more that you own your gifts and show up unapologetically in your power, you just magnetize people like you. That's what happens. And the people that don't get it, they can fall away. They maybe don't follow you as much, or they're not going to spend as much time in your energy. But I still have friends that don't get it. I still have family members and friends that don't get any of this, but we still have a relationship. My husband is a great example. He doesn't get it. He doesn't know if he believes in it, but he loves me and supports me, and he loves that I'm happy doing it. And that's all that matters. So you're going to have those people, and you're not going to lose everybody. In fact, you're going to have deeper, stronger connections than ever before. You're going to feel more fulfilled, more lit up than you've ever felt in your life. And you're going to feel more empowered. You're going to have more impact in the world. You're going to create this beautiful legacy. You're going to make it safe for other people to own their gifts. You're going to make more money. Your business is going to grow. you're going to be able to do work that lights you up. You're literally going to be able to leave a job if you're not satisfied and loving it, like me. You know, you're going to be able to leave a job and start an entirely new path. And that's what so many of my clients are doing right now. And it blows me away that you can start on one path, activate your gifts, and then boom, you found what you're meant to be doing, and actually have many clients and people happy and willing to pay you. Like, this is what happens. It's the best work you could possibly do. So what gifts are laying dormant within you? What gifts are waiting to be unlocked? Because you all have them, right? I know some beautiful people on here as well, like Diane's activated psychic mediumship abilities. So many of you, Norma's abilities opening up. There was somebody else, Leash, mediumship abilities. We had Ren on here's got light language coming through. Sophia's light language is coming through. Channeling abilities. Who else have we got? So many of you, and it makes me realize how many more people in here actually have gifts that are activated that are hiding them. Let me know if you feel safe enough to reveal yourself if you're watching this as well, because I also work with those people, and they're the most incredible people to work with, the ones that actually know they have gifts and they're hiding because they're so scared and fearful of what people will think. When you come into my world and you spend time with us, you just start to feel how safe it is to really own it and go for it. And that is needed in order for us to all rise and step into our greatness and doing the work that we're here to do. We support each other to really step up and embrace our gifts and go and do the work that we're meant to do. I feel the group energy is very important for that. So you can create safety. We create safety because we know no matter what, we've got our hub, we've got our people that just get it, that love us, that are backing us no matter what. Then we have the courage to just soar and just shine. And that's what we all offer each other. Like Leash doing her live readings now, doing freaking incredible. And it was so beautiful to see a lot of the Psychic Mediumship Academy people in there commenting, backing her, joining her group, showing up for readings, supporting her, giving her love. Like, it's the best thing ever. And she's just soaring right now. And so this is it. I never had this growing up, this energy I'm talking about, this environment, this support. I didn't have those people. And I created this for you guys so that you didn't have to feel like I felt. I created this so you could feel more connected. You could find your tribe. You could be in spaces that you could be your full self, and you could really just see what your full potential of what it is that you can do and create. But really, this work is for those of you that are healers, your light workers, your empaths. You love serving, you love helping, making a difference in people's lives. Maybe it's like your yoga teachers, your breathwork facilitators. You're already a healer in some way. And then when you start to do this type of work together, we unlock more and more gifts. And then you just bring that into your client work, and your clients shift and they rave about you and the work that you do, and they come back for more, and they refer their friends, and they shout out on social media about you, and they buy everything that you sell. Like, this is what happens. And you create these like super fans of people that just love and adore you and love what you're about. That's what's available. That's what's coming the more that you step into this. So I'm going to check some of your comments soon as well. I have so much more to cover over the coming days. So really, I'm going to give you a taste of activating and developing psychic and mediumship abilities. We're going to do some work around animal intuition and connection, angel connection. I'm going to throw as many different things in there for you. It's going to be practices and exercises. And I've got a few surprises coming as well, some big ones. So if you're on the email list, which means you need to be registered for this event, you're going to have access to some special prizes and giveaways and exclusive offers. And if you will go in the draw to win these prizes by registering. The other thing that we're inviting you to do is, if you've loved this training or you have some takeaways or aha moments, to please share this on Instagram stories and tag me, or do a social media post that you're in this training or any takeaways that have come through, and tag me. And then you're going to go in the draw to win some like crazy epic prizes and experiences from me that are coming your way. And I would so appreciate that, to have more people really being part of spaces like this that can feel safe to really own their gifts and shine. Because you imagine a world where more of us are owning our gifts and are in our like superpower, and where the people are channeling, they're doing incredible healings, they're passing on messages from spirit, they're tuning in psychically, they're helping people release things that are holding them back, releasing trauma, releasing emotions, blockages, because they're incredible intuition. It's like, imagine the ripple effect of that if more of us are in that, doing that work that we're meant to do, and more of that healing. To me, that's my legacy. That's what I'm here to leave, is this legacy of more people owning their spiritual gifts proudly, unapologetically, this becoming the norm and the standard, and it's just completely socially acceptable because we've owned it and talked about it so much. It's like no big deal, and more people have these experiences with us that are mind-blowing, that are unexplainable. It changes people, and it's going to change the world. So that's what I truly believe. So I'm sending you all so much love. I'm just going to check back through your comments, so let me have a look. Let me know any takeaways, how you're finding this so far. What gifts are you unlocking at the moment? What gifts are you wanting to unlock? Let me know. I would love to hear. We've got so many incredible, Sue unlocking incredible gifts, getting strong connection, psychic connection. Corinne says 100% relate, lived in the spiritual closet for so long. So many of us, right? How many more of us are there? That's what I wonder about. Even within this group, how many more of you are hiding that maybe your family members, your friends don't even know you're into all this work, that you do this work? This is your chance to start to make yourself known. Let us know you're in a safe space. Corinne, thank you so much. Sending you so much love. Look at the impact you've had now from getting your past your fears. Yes, thank you so much, because you could see, like, I was reliving that. Oh my gosh, it was terrifying. Rue said, I have psychic friends all my life, and I've always been in awe and have deep admiration for them. I love this. It is awesome to have psychic friends, by the way. My friends are always, Laura, what are you picking up? What are you getting? What do you see for me? What's happening here? And it's so fun. It's fun to give them that gift. Karen says, you've changed my life. Forever grateful to you helping me open my gifts. Blown the lid right off my spiritual closet. I love that. And, the more you activate this, you're working with intuition, you're working with energy, you're working with spirit. People feel it. It takes your work to a whole nother level. Your ideas, your inspiration flow. It's like, you just feel how so supported you are. The answers to your questions come through more quickly. You don't have to wait around for the answers as much. I'm just reading some of these messages. Diane says, I feel safe now, although there is definitely more in that closet. I love it. So what more have you got that is about to come out? This is the thing. Once you unlock 1, 2, or 3 gifts you didn't realize you had, what more is there? Because there is so much more. There always is more, and so those of you that are like me were obsessed with this work and discovering more and more. Norma says, this is a safe place to connect and open up. This microphone today. I don't know what's going on. Some of you are aware that you have gifts and you're hiding them, and then the rest of you have gifts that you're not even aware of. I'm just going to say that. And any of my students, can you let me know this with your experience? Diane's one of them. Do you believe that there are people in this group that have gifts they are not even aware that they do? Let me know in the comments, because it'd be interesting to hear from you. Amanda says, I feel I have gifts, but I'm not sure exactly what they are and how to open them up. That's why I'm here. I love this. We all have them. And this is what this journey is about, is unlocking them, having a safe space to explore them. And it's so fun when you start to see each other's gifts unlock. More light language being activated through being in environments and around light language, mediumship opening up again and again because other people are doing it. You believe that you can. You feed off that energy. You learn from watching them doing it and how they receive information. You also get inspired and uplifted because it's like, oh my gosh, if she can do it, I can do it. Imagine if. And you've got to believe that it's possible for you to even be able to open this up. If you don't believe without a shadow of a doubt that it's absolutely not possible at all, then you're going to block any potential of it happening. You've also got to believe that what if it could be possible? What if what I'm saying is true? What if that person is opening them up? What if it means I can? Because I promise you, you absolutely can. We're just all at different stages of the development journey. like Diane, I did this awesome interview with. You can go and watch it. It's in the group, where Diane's gifts took a bit longer to open up. Some people open up rapidly within a few weeks, a few months of doing this work. Diane took a little bit longer, and it still happened. She got there. It took a couple of years, and then now she's getting strong connection with spirit and working as a medium. Like, it's crazy. Andrew's developing. Nikki, looking forward to opening up for sure. Diane. Karen says 100% people will have gifts that they don't know they have. I'm one of them. I had no idea. I love these stories. This is the most fun part about my work, is helping people to unlock them and discover them and be mind blown they didn't think they could do it. That is so fun. It's the biggest reward for me. Diane says, yes, we all have them, and we will see the day when this is the norm, knowing we are connected and leaning into the spiritual support from our invisible team. Exactly. And we're working closely with the guides in order to help us unlock these gifts. They're working with us specifically on this. Christy, I've started working with energy healing with some amazing results, but I know there is more. I love that. So if you're a Reiki healer, energy healer, you already have an incredible healing modality as well. You add this into your work and you just explode. Like, everything takes off. And the magic that comes through, because you're able to tune into your clients more, you can be guided intuitively more and more about what needs to take place for them in that session. You'll hear spirit giving you ideas and examples of what to do next. This is how I work in my whole entire business and with my clients. And the clients that develop this gift and have that stronger intuition connection with spirit, it's like they're guided, like, you know, go do this, go do that, do this work with this client. This is what they need to work on. They hear and they see and they feel it all. And then they run with that. And then the most incredible experiences take place. So this is what it's all about, is strengthening that connection. Carrie says, mind-blowing experiences, love being in the group. We love having you, Carrie. You're just so beautiful and amazing. And Carrie's another one opening up gifts. Probably, did you realize you had them, Carrie? Because I've seen Carrie's abilities opening up, and the strength of her information that she's bringing through is so incredible, so powerful. And this is the thing, is unlocking your unique codes and ways of receiving information. Some of you are experiencing and receiving information that you probably aren't even identifying or making sense of it yet. And that's what we do as well, is like helping you to get clarity on what you're receiving, what it means, what the message is, how to interpret it, especially if it's psychic, is a big part of the work. So incredible. So what I want you to do, we're going to finish up the session soon, is let us know in the comments here or in the group, like, what are some of the gifts you've been hiding? What your homework is now to become known, become more visible. Share more publicly and openly about your gifts. In this group, in the comments, like, what are the gifts that you've got that you're hiding or that you've activated? Let us know what are some of the gifts that you want to activate, you'd love to have. That is your homework for today, to really start to open it up and to declare it to the universe of what are you calling in? What are you available for? What gifts do you want spirit to support you with developing? Because you've got to own it and want it first. You've got to be open and available and ready and declare it as well. And you've got to be able to be seen more as well. This is all about being safe to be seen for all of who you are, spiritual gifts and all, and having experiences where the opposite of what you think is going to happen. In fact, the more that you own it, the more you share it, the more you are celebrated. And this is the safest place for you to do it, because you're in a community of people that love it, that get it. And I don't tolerate negativity, criticism, or anything like that in here. So if that happens, you're out. So it's a really safe space. So let me know what gifts you're wanting to develop. What if you're not 100% sure what gift you want, Laura? I just think then that's the work for you to explore and get curious about. Like, if anything was possible, if I could help people in any way, how would I want to do that? And even if you don't understand it immediately, ask for guidance, ask your spiritual team to help give you clarity on what that gift is and helping you to unlock it, because they will, and you'll have more clarity. Diana, I'd love to develop clairaudience. Amazing. And it's 100% possible, Diana, as well. This naturally happens with all the students that I work with in the Psychic Mediumship Academy. They're hearing from spirit, getting spot on specific names coming through, hearing words, phrases. It's 100% possible. So I love that you're owning that. Sophia, what if, oh, I love this. She said, what if you are not 100% sure what gift you want, Laura? And then Sophia saying, not sure, you have a choice. This is the other thing too. There's gifts you're meant to activate that you don't even realize you have yet. And I think that might have been Sophia and her journey, activating all kinds of gifts. And I know light language being one of them, probably had no idea she was going to do that. I think she did at some point, but you know, I'm sure there was a time where she had no idea that was going to happen. Nikki, currently have energy healing and have had, sorry, I've got my phone on charge now because I'm running out of battery. Oh my God, losing words. Currently have energy healing and have had a praying mantis come and help with psychic surgery on clients. I just want to have a clearer channel and grow my gifts. Oh my gosh. Psychic surgeries. Oh my God, I love this. I love this. I've been around people that do this as well, that do psychic surgeries. Dad has also experienced those people that do incredible healing and psychic surgeries. So I love you've opened this up as well, Nikki, because there are people that have this gift that work with beings on the other side that help facilitate healing. So many of you know that you do this and do this in different ways, but psychic surgery is one of those that can open up as well. I love this. Sophia, I had absolutely no idea. I didn't even know what it was. There you go. Dad didn't even know what light language was either when it started happening. So this is the thing too, is that it can just start happening with the development work that you're doing and the practices you're already doing. Rue says nature communication is my choice at this stage. I love this in animals. So this is the other thing. Some of you are going to have the powerful animal communication abilities. Some of you don't even know you have that. And so I'm going to introduce you to this as well, because it's so powerful to be able to connect deeply and receive information from animals, from psychically and on the other side as well. And some of you, that will be like your niche. That will be what you just do and the only work that you do. And you might not even realize that that's going to come out. I love this. So share your gifts, share what gifts you have here in the comments, what gifts you want to activate, where you want to develop. Let's start becoming more visible and own this. And you'll see the more you do it, the easier it becomes. The fear lessens. The more you're around people like, oh my God, that's amazing. Tell me more. This is incredible. Like, wow, you're so amazing. It just feels safer and safer to do it. And you can just reveal yourself a bit more and a bit more. Okay, so Brianna, let me have a read. I've had 2 significant events predicted in my dreams to take place within the near future. I've also had the Claire that related to smell. Yes, that predicted a future event. I would love to develop my mediumship abilities and absolutely anything else that spirit feel I'm ready for. Oh my gosh, I love this. And this is an incredible psychic ability as well. The power of the smell and the ways that's come through for people is mind-blowing. This also develops as well and can give you a lot of information from spirit. You know, loved ones come through giving you different scents, where you smell something that reminds you of the loved one. This is coming from spirit. So this will strengthen you so much. Thank you, Norma. Thank you so much for being here. So that is the end of day 1, but keep your comments going because I will come back and I will check them. But I really want you to do this exercise. I want you to start practicing being more visible and owning this and declaring what it is and what spiritual gifts you want help being activated, because we're going to do this in this time together. We're going to have your guides supporting you. We're going to have my guides supporting, and we're going to create magic together. So I really, really appreciate you guys being here and turning up for this and being on this journey, you know, in whatever way. And some of you that are on the journey with me and have the courage to explore this, because only good things are going to come from this for you all by doing this. I guarantee you. It's so beautiful. So I'm sending you so much love. Day 2 is tomorrow. So you're going to have some email reminders coming out about that. I have some surprises in store for you. I'm not going to share too much about what we're doing because I want to make it a bit fun. I want to keep you on your toes, and I just want to do some really fun things with you. So take care, have the best day. I've literally had so much fun being with you all today, and keep the comments coming. Remember to go on the draw for the prizes. We're going to do a post about that. But if you can share your experience of this, a screenshot of you watching this, or your takeaways, or you of your desk or something in the background, and yeah, tag me in your stories, then you go in the draw for these incredible prizes. Take care, have the best day, and I will see you all really soon. Bye.